Hello and welcome to another very exciting episode of SkyZone Let's Play. Pretty much we're right back where we were at the end of the last episode. And starting to run low on some supplies. We'll deal with some of that in a bit. I intend to do quite a few different things here today. This is really going to be part 2 of our little Let's Play. And I'm hoping by the time we're through with today's episode that we'll be able to actually... that was probably foolish, but we got lots of cobblestone back in the main base, which I can stop and run back and go get that if we need to. Anyways, one other thing that I failed to do in on the last episode was showing a little issue that happens with spiders. I really don't want to have spiders in this particular grinder because spiders just get in the way on everything. Clog up the tubes. There is a way to build it so you could even have spiders work with this. But I'm putting these half slabs here because that prevents things from spawning. So it effectively reduces the amount of spawning a little bit. But that's at the expense or at the benefit of being able to have spiders go somewhere else. It's not perfect. I think they need a 2x3 area to spawn. I've had bad luck with spiders spawning in a similar one of these that I built for multiplayer that I swear I did just what I'm showing you here, and spiders were still spawning. So the half slabs, that no mob will spawn on it when it's on the lower end. If it's upper one like that, they will spawn on that though. So you need to be careful how you place them. And double slabs, which out of cobblestone, that looks like an ordinary cobblestone block, and it really sort of is because it's 2 half slabs, but you break it apart, it breaks into 2 cobble half steps. So anyways, let's go up to the next tier. So now we're just cruising along. That becomes an issue when you have a half slab in front of the door, but oh well. I'm just lighting this up to keep mobs out of here just temporarily while we're still building this. Okay, this is going to be our pathway up to the next level. And there's our stairway to get up here. And so hopefully by this point it should be, just repeating the same pattern over and over again, and should be old hat. We're going to extend this out another layer, and I actually built one of these that's very, very similar to this one here, that went up like 8 levels, and it produced an incredible number of mobs that were just literally pouring out of it as fast as I could use them. And that may happen. That was even on a multiplayer server. So I know this thing works very well. And I probably am not going to bore you with any more video after we get this layer built. Because like I said, it's just more of the same. The one tricky part here for this grinder, grinder generator, is understanding probably this one next step, placing the areas in the middle. Because what we want to do, we want to have this, we want to alternate. So before we had just the empty hole in the middle. Now in this, the very bottom was an empty hole in the middle. The next one, we covered up that hole and then put the waffle cone stuff around. And then this level here that we're on, we want to kind of mimic the hole and cover that up. What's going to happen here is the goal I have in mind when building this, and this is the way this generator works, it's not a straight shot fall to the bottom. The mobs are going to be spawning on each one of these little areas right here. And then they're going to be falling off and going down one layer at a time, going down. So they're this little walkway area that I have here. Well, I glitch it out. So, I'm putting the blocks. Whoops, not that one. Putting the half slabs in the corner, just as a way to try to keep the spiders from spawning. And then we just go every 2 blocks. Here, let's do it this way. So you only need another one every 2 blocks or so. But I'm going to break it up every other 2, and then there's 1. If you have it 3 across, then sometimes a spider will form. I don't know why, it's just kind of silly, but they do. Even though it's a skinny, 1 by 1 little area, and you'd think that the spiders wouldn't spawn. They seem to be. Well, I'm going to call it here just real quick, and I'm going to then uh, basically do some cleanup, and I'll show you the. And then I'm going to roof in over the top of here for temporarily. Although I'll eventually make that into another layer, I just want to show you how this spawner works. With some actual mobs in it. So, see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. More or less. Ran into a couple of little minor problems here. Let's see. I think we're in good shape. But we're going to try to clean this off, or clean out all the torches now from up above here, and start getting this. Oops. Starting to seal this up. One of the ways that you do this is you want to start from the bottom here and work your way up. Oh, I messed up there. That's fine. So we need to close all these doors and pull out the torches. I like to work from the bottom going up when you're removing these torches. Whoops. I guess I was doing some other stuff in there. So anyways, make each layer totally dark. And I've noticed this seems to be a real big problem on some multiplayer servers that I've been using, where apparently I want to try an experiment here too. I want to get rid of these. I don't think spiders will form. That's the main thing I'm trying to avoid here. Okay, on some multiplayer servers, I noticed that you get lighting glitches that show up. If that happens, it's something that's almost impossible to deal with. Okay, remember I was adding this half slab here. Half slabs, monsters, mobs will not spawn on top of a half slab. That's important when we get into the nether, where you don't have water and other things to help prevent it. Torches don't stop certain mobs in the nether, so you need to have other approaches. Now in this case, we're using it to stop the spiders. And hopefully, if you notice, the room there should be getting dark, progressively darker. Anyways, I think we're in good shape, and you just want to kind of double check things at last minute, because once you leave, it's kind of it's really hard to kind of come back. This is kind of exciting when you're doing this, where you're kind of commissioning a room. I'm hoping since it's just one wide, we shouldn't have any spiders form on this ledge. However, they will form on corners like that, which is why I'm throwing the half slab on it there. And I'm experimenting. on this. This really does work in terms of mostly spawning stuff. The problem is a spider, because there's only a one wide hole, they won't fall down. Or like in this area right here, spiders won't fall down because they like to climb up things. They climb on walls and do all kinds of crazy stuff. And if you're noticing here, looking at light levels, this is light level 0 right here in this corner. So if I went any distance at all, this, right here, there would be mobs that would start to spawn. The only reason they aren't spawning at the moment is because they won't spawn when they're very close to you. Well, anyways, we'll talk about going up. And one of the things that you can do, okay, that should be a sealed mob spawner. This is the roof, and you can take your pickaxe and start, chopping holes here and repeating the pattern, and you can add additional levels. The advantage of additional levels at this point is to increase the number of mobs that spawn, which is something that we probably want to have happen. Let me go show you real quick. Let's turn off the stats. Let me show you real quick in terms of how this actually works. And this should be spawning mobs, day or night. You just need to go a little distance away to get them to start spawning. And then come back. Do we hear it? Oh yeah. I don't know if you can hear those sounds, but there definitely are some mobs up there. And there we go. There's a zombie. He just gave me some experience and not much else. Now this is a really simple one. Like I said, you can increase the rate at which the mobs spawn by simply stacking up more layers. That just takes more time and more resources. As I said, we could have this get up to... Wow, there's some zombie flesh. One nice thing about this this kind of mob grinder is I found it effective as a way to get iron bars. Assuming that you don't have other means available. And I'm going to show you another way to get iron bars here in a future episode when we're going to start dealing with the village and golems. But, well, this is your basic spawner and grinder. Also wanted to emphasize that this little area, 2x2 area on the bottom, it confines... Oh, I want that bone. There's a skeleton up there. I hear it. The only problem with this design, I haven't seen one yet, and that is when creepers show up, it gets to be really nasty because they will occasionally trigger and blow up. Um, and at that point, you want to kind of get some room. If they blow up, well, then you just got to get your cobblestone and start repairing. Then it's kind of a pain, and hopefully that's also a reason you want to kind of have this a little bit isolated from your base. But that gives us a stack of rotten flesh. I'm hoping for a bone. Oh, come on. There's a skeleton. Thank you. Oh, but no bones. Ah. Yes, I'm just hoping for that one little piece of bone. I got room in my inventory to grab some extra cobblestone there so that I could finish that top layer. There's the skelly. There we go. And some bone. Now, yeah, you can just stay here and just start killing mobs, and it's rather safe. You need to worry a little bit. Oh, there's the creeper. That's what I was talking about. This particular design actually works really good as a record studio too. I'll probably add a few more layers on there to increase the spawn rate to show you how that works. In the meantime, I'm going to head back, and I want to show you what to do with that bone meal now that we got it. So, yeah, there's a platform for our sand island. I still don't know what I'm going to do with that. May incorporate that into some other thing. Anyways. And let's go back up to our barnyard area. Oh, I need to replace this with a wooden fence or wooden gate. I threw this up as a temporary thing and I just can't quite get rid of it. But anyways, I actually got a second chicken to spawn, and we're getting eggs now. I don't know why with just one it wasn't working, but anyways, there's some eggs. But the big thing that I want to do here, oh, come on. Throw that out. Okay. I'll pull the snow off real quick. One of these days I gotta gather some of that snow. In fact, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go over here to the leather and get that zombie flesh. Anyways, I'm gonna get rid of it, and what I'm doing right now is we want to take some of this bone meal we just acquired and see if we can get some grass seeds. There we go. Yeah, one. There actually is a really slick little mechanism I'll do in another episode. We got a rose and a dandelion. And we got 2 grass seeds. Okay. So, what else can I get rid of? That's not really important. I'll tell you what. Okay, so we got some dandelions too. Now, roses and dandelions are kind of fun. They're mainly decoration, but their primary purpose with these flowers, the one practical use is to um, make dyes. So, anyways, and as you can tell, I've also done a little bit of remodeling up here. Put in some dirt and expanded out the actual tree farm proper. So we're now growing more trees. And that should be enough for doing most of what we need to accomplish. So there you have it. That's that's the benefit that we have. And in the next episode, I think we're going to be doing a whole bunch of farming. Um, we got this area that I expanded out for that purpose. We got some water, and I think I'm even going to expand this out. Probably a. In fact, I might as well go ahead and start. We're gonna, expand this out. Still one more row of 5 out that way. So until then, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Tell your friends and family and anybody else that, even maybe those that don't like you so much. Ask them to subscribe and like this video. And until then, ciao.